on here.
Yeah, do it, bro. Hey, how do you like my goatee?
It's good. I miss your mustache. I'm glad it's coming back.
Look like I fucking coached the shit out of your kids in a softball game.
Why isn't this? I wonder why
We're
this
live. Holy fuck! I did not know we were live. It's a good thing I didn't say anything crazy, bro. Did you get the picture of our Airbnb?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to pull that up first off. Pull up the Google images. The Google Maps picture. It's insane. We're in Shreveport, Louisiana for WAD Gods.
Is there a link to it?
No, it's just in our group text. I'll text it to you. I'll text it to you individually right now.
All right. Hey, I want to start by playing this.
Do
this. Okay. It's because it's long. But everyone needs to hear this. If you haven't heard this, turn the volume up. You got to hear this. It's about two minutes, maybe more. Enjoy this.
Have free speech, then we just don't have a free country. It's as simple as that. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple just like dominoes, one by one. They'll go down. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan. First, within hours of my inauguration, I will sign an executive order banning any federal department or agency from colluding with any organization, business, or person to censor, limit, categorize, or impede the lawful speech of American citizens. I will then ban federal money from being used to label domestic speech as mis- or disinformation. And I will begin the process of identifying and firing every federal bureaucrat who has engaged in domestic censorship, directly or indirectly, whether they are the Department of Homeland Security, the Department of Health, Human Services, the FBI, the DOJ, no matter who they are. Second, I will order the Department of Justice to investigate all parties involved in the new online censorship regime, which is absolutely destructive and terrible, and to aggressively prosecute any and all crimes identified. These include possible violations of federal civil rights law, campaign finance laws, federal election law, securities law, and antitrust laws, the Hatch Act, and a host of other potential criminal, civil, regulatory, and constitutional offenses. To assist in these efforts, I am urging House Republicans to immediately send preservation letters, and we have to do this right now, to the Biden administration, the Biden campaign, and every Silicon Valley tech giant, ordering them not to destroy evidence of censorship. Third, upon my inauguration as president, I will ask Congress to send a bill to my desk revising Section 230 to get big online platforms out of censorship business. From now on, digital platforms should only qualify for immunity protection under Section 230 if they meet high standards of neutrality, transparency, fairness, and non-discrimination. We should require these platforms to increase their efforts to take down unlawful content such as child exploitation and promoting terrorism, while dramatically curtailing their power to arbitrarily restrict lawful speech. Fourth, we need to break up the entire toxic censorship industry that has arisen under the false guise of tackling so-called mis- and disinformation. The federal government should immediately stop funding all nonprofits and academic programs that support this authoritarian project. If any U.S. university is discovered to have engaged in censorship activities or election interferences in the past, such as flagging social media content for removal of blacklisting, those universities should lose federal research dollars and federal student loan support for a period of 5 years and maybe more. We should also enact new laws laying out clear criminal penalties for federal bureaucrats who partner with private entities to do an end run around the Constitution and deprive Americans of their First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment rights. In other words, deprive them of their vote. And once you lose those elections, and once you lose your borders like we have, you no longer have a country. Furthermore, to confront the problems of major platforms being infiltrated by legions of former deep staters and intelligence officials, there should be a 7-year cooling off period before any employee of the FBI, CIA, NSA, DNI, DHS, or DOD is allowed to take a job at a company possessing vast quantities of U.S. user data. Fifth, the time has finally come for Congress to pass a digital Bill of Rights. This should include a right to digital due process. In other words, government officials should need a court order to take down online content, not send information requests such as the FBI was sending to Twitter. Furthermore, when users of big online platforms have their content or accounts removed, throttled, shadow banned, or otherwise restricted, no matter what name they use, they should have the right to be informed that it's happening, the right to a specific explanation of the reason why, and the right to a timely appeal. In addition, all users over the age of 18 should have the right to opt out of content moderation and curation entirely and receive an unmanipulated stream of information if they so choose.
Wow.
The fight for free speech is a matter of victory or death for America and for the survival of Western civilization itself. When I am president, this whole rotten system of censorship and information control will be ripped out of the system at large. There won't be anything left. By restoring free speech, we'll begin to reclaim our democracy and save our nation. Thank you, and God bless America. If we don't have free
Wow.
Had you heard
I gotta
that?
say too, can I just lead with,
Please.
clearly he's reading from a teleprompter. You can't take a speech like that without, but the fact that he didn't slip up a single time, was that live when he did it or pre-recorded?
I assume pre-recorded.
But even pre-recorded, that's great.
It was, I believe it was written by someone on his team.
Oh, 100%. He didn't write it, but
Yeah, I'm looking for the guy who wrote it.
I knew that he didn't write that as soon as I heard deep state bureaucrats. I don't think Trump even knows what that means, but the fact that his team does and they're going after him, fuck yeah.
Steve Miller wrote it. Stephen Miller. Hey, it's the laptop people are in big trouble.
Oh, the Hunter Biden laptop. Yeah, they're all done. Oh,
yeah,
fuck yeah, they're done.
Those people are toast. I wonder if anyone's actually going to be tried for treason or election interference or any of that stuff. I wonder how far they're going to.
I hope he doesn't try anybody just because the left will fucking lose it. But what I do hope is that every single person involved in anything like that is fired and blacklisted so fucking hard.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. By the way, if you're wondering where Bryson Del Monte and Taylor are, they are. Let me see if I can share the entire screen with you. They're staying at this house.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is that? Who's that? Is that Danny Spiegel? Dude, this is the thing.
Dude, we're talking about your house. We're talking about your house.
Well, just get her fucking asshole out of the screen. You did that on purpose, you fucking asshole.
I was just enjoying her Instagram account and I pulled up your house. This is the house they're standing. So that's two separate houses. You don't even get
zoom in, dude. What are they doing what are they doing there?
That's
dude,
what all do in North.
Yeah, dude, the fucking windows are spray painted. Why is there a dirt bike in the front yard? Are they selling drugs right there?
Hey, isn't that how everyone is in your country or state or wherever you live?
Dude, we're in Louisiana. We're not in the great home state of North Carolina right now.
Oh, something happened. This shit froze. Anyway, how much is that per night?
Like probably $130.
Not bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Hey, did you get your tickets for coming to Greg's thing on January 11th and 12th?
I'm buying plane tickets, but I wanted to confirm with you that we were good for that. Also, I want to affiliate. Do you think he'll let me affiliate my company?
Yeah.
Okay, because me and Lizzie want to launch something fucking sick. But and we need that. It'll bolster our expertise and position of knowledge. I'm really excited. I'm so freaking stoked to be out there and to learn.
Are you as excited as this lady?
Some say he's racist and tweets like a kid while overlooking all the good shit that he did. I ain't ashamed of my president a little bit. I'd rather have the alpha male than a little bitch.
Well, the country's
Fuck yeah.
invigorated, man. People feel free.
Dude, I will say this. I'm not wearing it now. I was wearing my Make America Healthy Again shirt. I have a really fucking sick shirt. And all through the Charlotte airport and Atlanta airport, I'm just getting so mean mugged. And it's just kind of crazy that slogan, Make America Healthy Again. I mean, they associate. I was not wearing this hat with it, but it's just crazy that would be polarizing in any sense.
I agree. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. But
did you see Evelyn Curry's post?
Dude, I want to talk about pull it up. No, but I want to talk about Ben Massey. But yeah.
Okay, we can talk about Ben Massey. Let me play one more clip. Check this out.
Even been sworn in yet. He's already getting results. Steve Madden announced it's halting manufacturing in China by half in a year. Putin says he's ready to work towards a peaceful solution in Ukraine. Iran's currency's fallen to an all-time low. Yesterday, the stock market had its best day in 2 years. Don't believe me? Just check your 401k. And all the whiners at the Washington Post have to come back to the office 5 days a week. Trump hasn't even been sworn in.
It's crazy, dude. You saw Hamas is asking for peace. Are you seeing all this shit that's pouring in?
Oh, dude,
Russia's
it's
saying
insane.
they're going to start buying oil again from Saudi Arabia using the American dollar.
It's really not even insane. It's so, to me, it's so crazy that anyone on the other side could actually believe for a second that Biden or is this off? No, this is on.
It's on. You're good.
That Biden or anyone in that presidency, cabinet, that just can't, whatever, that cohort of people was doing fucking anything for the country other than lining their pockets. That's all they've been doing. And it makes me sick that people use abortion, women's rights, fascism, and democracy and freedom on that side as an argument to why Trump shouldn't be elected. One, it's completely wrong. It's a lie. That's actually a fucking lie. And it's absurd that you're so brainwashed and blind to the fucking truth that you're willing to spout all of that shit. And if you want proof, just look at COVID. The single most divisive thing any president has ever fucking done is that statement released by the White House claiming that if you weren't vaccinated, you were looking at a winter of severe death and illness. Who the fuck are you? And forcing federal employees to get it or you would lose your fucking job. Shutting businesses down and calling them non-essential, calling CrossFit gyms non-essential. Meanwhile, tobacco and vape stores stay open. McDonald's stays open. Baskin Robbins stays open. Are you kidding me? It's insanity, dude.
This is the statement he's referring to. It's from the White House. Remember, we were not allowed to post anything in defense of this. And if you did, you lost your account. I lost 4 accounts. But I want to send a direct message to the American people due to the steps we've taken. Omicron has not yet spread as fast as it would have otherwise done and is happening in Europe. But it's here now and it's spreading and it's going to increase. For unvaccinated, we're looking at a winter of severe illness and death. If you're unvaccinated, for themselves, their families, and hospitals, they'll soon be overwhelmed. But there's good news. If you're vaccinated and you had your booster shot, you're protected from severe illness and death, period.
It's a lie. That's just a fucking straight up lie. That, great, freedom of speech, say it all you want.
Right.
But that's a fucking lie. Oh,
And
dude. And
you know, there's still a law on the books in California that Gavin Newsom put on the books that if you're a doctor and you give any advice outside of WHO guidelines around COVID, you'll lose your license. Like you can't prescribe ivermectin or hydrochloroquine, or you can't tell someone to go for long walks. You can't do anything like that.
he's lining his pockets, dude. He's shitting on your fucking state. He's taking your money and he's putting it in his own fucking pocket. It just makes me so sick. And the women's rights thing, dude. Like, hey, guess what, people? And no one who needs to hear this probably is going to listen to this, but abortion is not a God-given fucking right. Killing a baby that is inside of your body is not a God-given right.
Well,
And
they can still do it. They can still do it.
No one's trying to take away the ability for you to get a medical abortion if your life is at risk. No one's doing that. And any person who's died as a result of any of the state bans, it's not as a result of the state ban. It's as a result of medical malpractice by doctors who don't know how to interpret or follow the fucking law. So blame a doctor. I had a doctor completely fuck my knee up with the knee surgery. He put so much metal in there, and it's the same thing to a different degree. They're just fucking dead. But it's just crazy to me that you could possibly think that he is taking away bodily autonomy when all he's done is remove a law forcing states to follow federal rule. He's allowing states to make a decision, and somehow he's anti-women, somehow he's anti-women's rights, somehow he's trying to control women. He's actually not trying to, he's trying to do the opposite. He's trying to have zero control. The federal government, he wants to have no control over that, which is the way it should be. Not the way it was in COVID when they were making laws that if you didn't get a fucking vaccine, you weren't allowed to travel. People are just stupid and brainwashed.
I had someone tell me today that they've heard a bunch of men say that they get to act like they own women now, and they said that countless people have died, countless women have died because they couldn't get abortions.
Yeah, like 3 women have died, and probably the same amount of women that have died prior to him removing Roe v. Wade. And that's also a great question. What about all the babies that have been aborted?
Yeah.
I saw that 3 women. There's 3 stories nationwide in 2023 of women who died because they have some sort of abortion law limiting abortion in their state, but that 6 women died in the United States due to botched abortions. I want to point out earlier when I said I wonder if any of these people are going to be tried, and Taylor's first reaction is I hope not. And you have to understand that is the sentiment from the right, and there's so much we don't understand about these savages. This kind of shit is crazy. FEMA officials ordered relief workers to skip houses with Trump signs.
Jesus Christ.
A federal disaster relief official ordered workers to bypass the homes of Donald Trump supporters as they surveyed damage caused by the hurricane in Milton, Florida. The FEMA supervisor told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. The supervisor, Marnie Washington, relayed this message both verbally and in a group chat used by their relief team. Multiple government employees told the Daily Wire. This is the kind of shit like you wouldn't see people on the right doing.
Dude, Democrats are so fucking disgusting. Just watch The View. Watch it how they condescend people and speak down and call you uneducated. Like being indoctrinated in a fucking K through 12 school gives you any sort of ability to fucking discern between truth or lie. Or in college or university for that matter. You're almost fucking dumber now if you go to college. You're almost fucking dumber if you sit in a classroom for 4 years and are just told to accept at face value what you're told by liberal, woke, fucktard professors.
You don't learn anything from the real world.
Nothing from the real world. Hey, dumb bitches on The View. How about grow up on the fucking streets like me? Go to prison.
Let me be very clear about this. The left is claiming that Kamala Harris was not elected because the country wasn't ready for a black woman.
That's so retarded.
Let me be very, very clear. Kamala Harris only got the nomination and the vote she did because she was a black woman. It is the exact inverse of what they're saying. She would have that. She is 100% a DEI nominee.
Dude, it just has.
You can just ask the people who are voting for. Half of them will say, "I just think it's great if we had a woman president." It's the exact opposite. To what Taylor was saying about education, Peter Boghossian, he was a ethics professor and a liberal at the University of Columbia. He was fired during COVID. He is up for the job of Department of Education.
Do you think our universities can be saved?
No. No, absolutely not.
Firing the people
unequivocally
at the
not.
top won't change anything.
No, because well, first of all, they have tenure, so they have jobs for life.
Mhm.
They have manufactured bodies of literature that are totally untethered to reality. And I mean, it's not just as if you change the administrators or you change the faculty, but you couldn't even change the faculty even if you wanted to. So I don't think they're salvageable. So you have bodies of literature that are corrupt. You have the raison d'etre of the institution, which has been perverted. You have individuals who are ideologues who do not teach for truth. I mean, look, think about the struggle sessions, the DEIs, the whole university architecture is predicated on this idea of finding and hunting down people who don't agree with the narrative, particularly on race, gender, and things with identity levels.
The entire institution is predicated on hunting down people who don't use critical race theory.
Aliens.
Well,
These are
not
not
even.
institutions you and I went to. So I do not think it can be saved. Like unequivocally, no. And why should it be? Any effort to attempt to save it, then you're pulling efforts away from other, like University of Austin or Ralston or other institutions that are coming up. So I think it's a bad way to think about the problem. But if someone wants to spend their time like that, that's fine with me.
I mean, I guess in so many ways, you could have stayed there and said, let me try to save it. But
No.
you realize there's no saving to be
No, I
done.
want the whole system to be burned to the ground.
Mhm.
Good for him.
I want the whole system to be burned to the ground. That's going to scare the shit out of the liberals.
When I was in college, Savon, I had an economics professor from Jamaica, I believe, try to tell me in a class that Cuba had better healthcare than the United States. And meanwhile, my mom had been going on several mission trips to Cuba with her church, and they had just moved the family. The mother's name was Midelis, and the father's name was George, and the son's name was Jonathan. And I actually just saw a couple posts on Facebook by them. But my mom's church moved this family from Cuba. They got them out of Cuba basically at a time when it was extremely hard to leave. And I'm not entirely sure the whole thing behind it, but it was apparently very dangerous to try to leave for them.
They were threatening to kill people's families.
Right.
If like one family member left, I had a bunch of family in the Soviet Union, and they couldn't sneak away either, because if one person sneaks away, they hurt the rest of your family.
So they're organizing this whole thing. They get this family moved over here. Meanwhile, I'm in this class with this fucking asshole, this stupid motherfucker who just clearly had no real world experience. He's sitting there trying to tell me that Cuba's economy is better than the United States economy, and that their healthcare was better because it was all government subsidized. Meanwhile, I have this family that has just come over and is like spending time with us, eating dinner at our house. Like they don't get access to any healthcare. It's free, but they don't fucking have it. Correct. You don't even have a fucking hospital with clean floors. It's dirt. And I got into this fucking argument with this guy, and I had to leave the class. I had to get up from the fucking class and leave. And a year later, after much more me tolerating just woke liberal bullshit in those classes, I fucking dropped out because it was such a waste of fucking time and money. And I really resent those two universities so much. They're just stealing people's money and indoctrinating your kids. They're not teaching them anything of worth.
Could you imagine going to one of those now?
Dude, unless I was in like a law program or a medical program, which even then I feel like has a bunch of fucking bullshit attached to it, like some sort of bachelor of science degree. No,
I didn't go to college, but I couldn't even sit through like a high school class.
dude,
Oh,
I
might
was,
need to pick. It might be your earpiece might be picking up Bryson's voice. Only one mic's probably working.
Bryson talk.
Hello.
Hmm.
What if I get really close to Taylor? Can you hear me?
It's a little better.
I was just saying I didn't even go to college, but I couldn't even sit through a high school class right now.
Because of all the woke shit.
Woke shit, just the way that they go about teaching things. They just have these kids like in a public school, and you just sit there for 8 hours, you know, eating garbage from the food cafeteria and expecting these kids to focus and actually like retain what you're saying when all they want to do is go move around and sweat and like see who can pick up heavier shit or run faster or whatever the fuck. Like, it just is a horrible place to be as a kid.
Bernie Gannon, Jordan Peterson's new online university is the future of certain aspects of education. The world's greatest scholars, great immersion lectures, no political indoctrination at 1/20th the cost. How about this? I need this even explained to me. I don't even understand this. Check this out.
All right. 4B movement starting. You know what we're going to do?
What's 4B stand for? Does anyone know?
I don't know, but the B stands for bitch.
We're not going to dye our hair anymore. We're not going to do makeup. We're not going to use filters. We're not going to go get the skin stuff. We're not going to dress up and look nice. What?
She's threatening us that they're not going to use filters?
How retarded is this fucking bitch?
Right. So that they can come and act like they own us because we look like this? Absolutely not. No, y'all. The 4B movement means like we gonna be cozy, comfy in our own skin. And everyone over here is like, yeah, get strapped, get ready, get prepared. But you know what? It's fine. Let's go. Bring it on. You want to fight? I'm ready to fight. Like dueling. Let's do this. Okay. But at this
Fight about what? What do they think we're fighting about? What there is no fight. He's taking the handcuffs off of society. What fight? I don't even know what they're talking about.
same time, like, I'm sorry, you do not have control over my reproductive rights. You do not have control over my body. You do not have control over what I do with my body.
What, reproductive rights?
Try
Yeah,
something.
that's so fucking stupid.
Just watch what happens. This is being used without a filter.
Oh, she's not using a filter.
Yeah.
I usually do a filter, but you know what? I'm done using filters. Take it or
Dude, the fact that you're calling
on?
the fact that you're calling abortion a reproductive right, hey, you fucking retard. The entire point of this is to have a baby. The entire point. So if you're not willing to have a child, maybe stop getting fucking raw dogged. You dumb idiot.
But what's this threat of do you think that there's one man out there in the world that wants women to use filters? Even one?
No one cares. No.
Yeah, we want to be tricked.
Dude, it's so stupid. I'm getting so worked up about the reproductive right thing because I don't know. I mean, me and Lizzie have talked a lot about having kids. And when I was a lot younger, I'm definitely not, I don't have this black and white stance where I don't think people should be able to make a decision for themselves. But for me and Lizzie, having an abortion because we don't feel like we would be in a good position to support a child is a non-starter. I just could not even, like, we would find a way to make it work no matter what. And we want to have kids. But if we're not trying to have kids right now, but if it happened on accident, the thought of just killing that because it happened and it didn't happen on our time makes me sick to my stomach, bro. And to just imagine people are freaking out because they've now lost the ability to kill a child because they weren't ready, because you were unsure.
But they still can.
Yeah, I know. They still can early in most places, but there are states where isn't it in Texas like you're not allowed to do it unless it's a medical reason? I'm unsure.
I think in Texas you still get to 6 weeks, but just in Minnesota you can go all the way up until 9 months and 2 weeks. You can go, and as long as the baby's not out of the pussy, you can get it. You can kill it.
Right. And I think that's fucked up. You know,
Hey, I think it's fucked up too. But the
How
complaint
many
that
people have you heard say that you'll never be ready to have kids? Like the time comes and you figure out how to be ready.
Right.
You never
well,
feel
hey,
ready to have kids.
Bryson, 70 million kids have been killed since 1970.
You know why?
70
Abortion.
million.
Yeah,
in the US,
abortion.
in the US.
Hey, dude, abortion
Hey, but
isn't
three people died because they couldn't get an abortion, and there's really only two. Like countless.
And to think that that procedure is some God-given right, some natural right that you're born with to kill human life, it's wrong to kill people. You can't just walk down the street and shoot someone and say, "Hey, it's my right to use my fucking gun however I want."
Right.
Or your fit. I mean, it's just crazy. And hey, abortion isn't about women's rights. For anyone who thinks that it is, you are brainwashed. Abortion is about population control, 100%.
In New York City, there was an article in the New York Times a couple weeks ago that 75% of all arrests in Times Square were illegal aliens. We watched cops get beat up, and then we watched the guys get released and then get rearrested in Arizona and North Carolina. They jumped the cops, and those guys still didn't go to jail. We watched immigration roll out of control there, illegal immigration. We watched over $1 billion be spent, $1 billion with a B, taking care of the illegal aliens. And then the mayor of New York, who is semi-retarded, I think his name is Mark Adams. Is that his name? Someone correct me in the chat.
Eric Adams.
What is it? Eric
Adams? I don't know.
Adams.
It's definitely Mayor Adams.
A couple weeks ago spoke out and said, hey, New York City can't do this anymore. We can't take any more illegal aliens. And within a week, the Department of Justice opened a case on him for taking perks from the Turkish government during his campaign, which include upgraded tickets on Turkish Airlines and things of that nature. Absolute attacked him, Eric Adams. And now that Trump is in power, Trump has spoken with Eric Adams, who is a full-blown libtard. But here we go. Listen to this shit.
The mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einier following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of four with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs.
This shit's over. They were feeding these fucking people and housing them and giving them free food, but they didn't want to eat the food because it was culturally, or who knows if they, I suspect they didn't care, but someone thought it was culturally insensitive to feed them the food that comes from the country that they've escaped to. And so they were given $350 a week. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
A lot.
How far does this go? Can you identify as a migrant and get $350 a week?
You got to live in New York,
Mm.
which is a fucking shithole.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm out.
Hey, and by the way, that is the big problem with what's happening in this country, and that's why it's important that people are let in slowly, that people are let in only 1 million a year and not 10 million a year, if you haven't figured it out. It's the fact that we can't have other cultures take over this country. So people have to be brought in and then culturally indoctrinated. What's that mean? They have to learn to fucking speak English. They have to learn how to drive between the lines and the lanes on the road. They have to learn not to litter. Things like that. Some of the basic things that we do in our culture.
Would it be better if we took these out and just used the computer?
Why are people complaining about the audio?
I don't know. I can't see that. I'm not looking at the comments. Let's take them out and try.
No wonder you're so attentive today. Did you see that? Did you see that? This is amazing. Wait till you see this. This is the new director of ICE. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. This
Okay.
is the new director of ICE interacting with AOC. This is fucking brilliant. This guy said a couple days ago that Donald Trump told him he had to have the border shut down in 120 days. No, he told Donald Trump he could have the border shut down in 120 days. And Donald Trump told him, no, you need to have it shut down in 60 days. And he also said he's going to destroy the cartels, completely wipe them off the face of the earth. But here's his interaction with AOC.
Fuck AOC.
Tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Holman, with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
You're a retard.
Illegally is violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Damn. He fucked her up, dude.
Well, she's retarded, dude. She's stupid.
Hey, it's more of the libtard thing, trying any way they can to tug on feelings instead of logic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone at my affiliate talked about like, I hate Trump because he's separating migrant children from their families. And I was thinking to myself, you need to go and watch the documentary with James O'Keefe, Line in the Sand, because the NGO industry right now, a fucking multi-billion-dollar industry that the government is paying these non-government organizations to house and transport illegal migrants, are actively separating parents from their kids. And they have these fucking centers with migrant kids where if you come in there and you say, hey, I know that my kid is in there, they won't even fucking let you in and access your kid.
Hey, and
It's
do you know
insane.
who's running? Who has control of all the unaccompanied minor camps?
Who?
General John Kelly, the guy who fucking reported Trump for saying he wishes more of his generals were like Hitler. We're like Hitler's generals. Crazy, right?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's deep state. I do think that Donald Trump knows what the deep state is. Charles Moore and Democrats can no longer count on the gay vote.
I mean, Donald Trump gets a lion's share of the credit for this. To your point, he was the first president elected in American history who, when sworn in, actually supported marriage equality. Bill Clinton did not. Barack Obama did not.
Let that sink in.
Barack Obama didn't.
No.
When he was sworn in.
When he was sworn in, he did
What
not.
does that mean?
When he was sworn in, when he ran his campaign, when him and Bill Clinton ran their campaigns, they said that they didn't believe in gay marriage. And eventually they flipped. But he's the first American president on the day that he was sworn in, supported gay marriage.
So this is actually quite monumental. Also, another first for Donald Trump is in 2020, he created the first ever official LGBT coalition on a Republican presidential campaign. That same year, Log Cabin Republicans, my organization, ended up raising money and helped put on the first ever LGBT outreach campaign on behalf of a Republican presidential campaign in history. And I think that that's in part why we doubled that vote share between 2016 and 2020. But even if we look at straight into 2024, look at just what recently happened in July at the Republican National Convention, where Donald Trump and the campaign single-handedly ensured that the newest approved official RNC platform stripped out all of the anti-gay language and left in place very common sense policies and some guardrails around LGBT issues. This, I think, is part of the reason why the Democratic Party are continuing to seize on the whole Project 2025 fallacy, because the new official Donald Trump RNC platform is so mainstream, it's so streamlined, it's been stripped of all the pork, of all the fat, of all of the exclusionary language for so many different communities, including mine, that, you know, this is all the left has to grasp onto is 2025, because the official platform of the party is so current and up to speed with the needs of all Americans, including LGBT Americans. We give complete credit to that, to the leadership of the RNC and also to Donald Trump. So again, between his historical actions, I mean, as a businessman, you know,
he was the first president to nominate an openly and have an openly gay cabinet member.
Right.
He's had more women cabinet members than any president in U.S. history. His chief of staff now is a woman. It's the first time a woman has ever been chief of staff. And you know what's crazy about that? For all the women out there listening, no one thinks for a second that he hired those people because they were gay or because they were women. It was just fucking based on merit.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Like you can infer that from someone like Trump, but if that was the other way around, you would just 100% know that it was.
He's also going to go after Big Pharma for profiting off of transgender and transition surgeries and fucking hormone blockers and shit. But he needs to go after Big Pharma for a lot fucking more than that. I won't be happy with his presidency unless consequences come to Pfizer and Moderna and these COVID-19 vaccine producers.
Well, do you hear what RFK is saying? He's saying, hey, all we have to do is take away their immunity to liability for injury, and all their shit will stop.
Yeah, I mean, common fucking sense.
All their bullshit will stop.
And also, they shouldn't be able to fucking advertise.
I don't have a problem with that.
You don't have a problem with... Listen, fuck off, Savon. Why don't you have a problem with that?
I just don't. Advertise whatever the fuck you want. It's to advertise dick pills on the NFL game. I just don't have a problem with it.
I think it's stupid that people that can't discern between truth and fact should be sold medications that could potentially fucking kill them.
Hey, what about this? Do you think? Well, there's tons of stuff like that. Alcohol, but cars can kill people. But
you don't have to be a doctor to prescribe alcohol.
Yeah, and do you trust the fucking doctors? Pfizer hasn't made one fucking medication that's cured anything.
I know, Savon. I don't trust the doctors, but a lot of people do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Who cares then? What's it matter if they advertise or not?
They just shouldn't be able to watch something and be like, oh, I need to go ask my doctor about that. Oh, Ozempic. I need Ozempic. That's insane.
I don't know. I don't have an issue with it. We'll do a whole show on that. Okay,
it's
here we go.
It's fucking retarded. It's how they get all their fucking money.
Well, it's how everyone gets their money, advertising and selling their product. They're bringing products to market. They want to advertise them so that people who think that
shouldn't be a product that they can just bring to market and give to anyone and sell to anyone.
How come?
Because it's fixing a condition, or it should be curing a condition. It's not like a pleasure. Oh, I'm buying this card because it makes me feel good and I look cool in it. Or, ooh, I'm buying this bottle of...
You should be able to advertise CrossFit.
I'm buying this bottle of fucking liquor because I want to get fucking shit-faced. This is a drug that's claiming to cure a condition. It should be prescribed only if you have that condition, only by a doctor. And no one should just be able to see that and say, oh, now I can go to my doctor and I can fabricate all of these subjective symptoms just to get a drug that I've seen on TV. That's fucking stupid. I think
that's how car sales work, isn't it? No one needs an Escalade. Everyone should be fine with the minivan.
But it's not an Escalade's not going to fucking give me cancer or fucking make me lose my hair or give me fucking small.
Won't they be liable for that?
Huh?
Won't they be liable for that?
They're not.
I trust the people. 2024 vote count proves 2020 was cheating. Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
I won't say that's proof, but it looks horrible.
Here we go.
Hey, y'all are real quiet today on the left, aren't you? Y'all must have seen what the appellate court did. We all saw it, right?
For those of you who don't know, the appellate court means the appeals court. And there's 5 judges that sit on the appellate court.
Oh, that's right. They're not reporting it on the mainstream media. See, Donald Trump just got back $450 million that he spent on this appeals court. 34 counts. 34 counts is what corrupt politician Letitia James decided she was going to try to charge Trump with. And I knew he was going to win his money back. The judge said, there are no victims in this case. There is no evidence in this case. It was 2 smart business entities doing business together. The bank said, we don't have a problem. We were paid back. Trump said, we don't have a problem. We paid our loan back with interest. So what's the problem here? And the judge clearly said that it was a clear attack on a presidential candidate and can be misinterpreted for or interpreted as election interference. But he's a felon. He's a rapist. He's racist. Oh my God. Wake up, people. Political prosecution is real in this country. And the best part is that the state's lawyers closing arguments were basically begging the appellate court judges not to sanction them. Not only do I think they should all be sanctioned, I think Letitia James needs to be tried. I think she needs to be found guilty because she is clear. Dang.
So what happened is after the appellate court basically said, hey, this is fucking bullshit, then they said, hey, we want to look into you and the judge's actions. This seems like lawfare. So in their closing arguments, instead of continuing to push the case to get Trump, they begged for mercy from the court so that the court would not disbar her.
I hope Trump's lawyer fucking destroys Letitia James.
So then afterwards, what happened was Letitia James made a statement saying, hey, we didn't think Trump was going to win, but you should know, basically, we're not scared of him, and we're going to continue to try to ass pound him. Well, then in response to Letitia James saying that, this guy who's up to be United States Attorney General said this today.
Just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike, this isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not messing around.
Let me just say this.
You think that he did that to try to get the nomination? Like he's flexing publicly? What's up, Chase?
What I miss?
We're just going
what are we
through.
talking about?
We're just going through and looking at social media and all the things revolving around Trump's victory. We listened to his. Did you hear his thing about basically he's going to reinstate freedom of speech?
Oh, is this not a day one recap show for the Rogue Invitational?
Negative.
No, but you should stick around. I'm sorry. We switched that out. We were going to do that, but you should stick around for this. Anyway.
I got to pull this comment up. Can you read this, Evan?
Normal people need to be careful of gloating and schadenfreude right now. Keep the snark out of it.
Fuck that, Bernie.
Oh,
I
you
am
mean
not.
the fat ass comment?
I don't know. I'm just, yeah, fuck that. Call her a fat ass. The amount of persecution on Trump, the amount of people who try to gaslight and are calling me a fucking Nazi, bigot, fascist for voting a particular candidate, and people elsewhere calling over half of our country bigots, misogynists. If you're gonna fucking call me that, fuck you.
Yeah. Like, you have a wife and a daughter. I'm like, yeah. Guess what they did?
It's ridiculous. Same. My wife, my mom.
It's like, yeah, that's the point.
Dude, it's crazy. Can you pull up my story, Sevon, that I posted to Ben Massey?
I just want to say hi.
All right.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Have a good night. Did you go to a costume party?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Happy birthday, dude.
All right, guys. Cheers.
All right.
Good. Mustache looks great. Teeth look great.
Here we go into the world of rad. Let's see.
I'm about to fucking ass pound. So if you like rad and you don't want to stop buying their shit, mute the screen and turn it off. Otherwise, once you hear this, you're not buying their shit.
You have to throw your shoes away even.
When I get home, Sevon, I'm gonna make a reel where you just can't see my penis, but you can see my piss stream drenching all my rad shoes. I'm gonna fucking throw them away.
It's amazing with what they have going on in the UK. I guess it hasn't brushed up against him yet. By the way, what do you think about Susie Wiles being a lobbyist? His chief of staff ran a lobby firm for 10 years. That's a little unsettling. But I guess you need people who have connections.
Did my story go away?
No, I think it's up here. Oh no, let me see.
No, you got to go back. It's at the very beginning, dude. I said that guy would have a hard time in prison.
Ben Massey wrote on his Instagram, this is the owner of RAD, Trump will win the White House. The GOP has control of the Senate. This is gutting, yes, but freeing too. We get to make every day over the next 4 years hell for fascists, misogynists, bigots, and liars. And then you write, this is hilarious. Owner of Rad Shoes, Ben Massey, never done manual labor in his life. He's also woker than shit. Most of Trump's votes came from our working class.
They're launching a line called Rad Workwear, and that's that other picture that I posted. And I thought that was hilarious, claiming to be in touch in any way with working class people when you just called all of the working class people who voted for Trump bigots, misogynists, etc., fascists.
Where is their working class line?
You see, go back.
Is that it?
No, dude. Yeah, that's their working class line. Go back. Do you see in that picture where it's the picture of the truck and it says Rad on the tailgate?
Yeah.
Like that.
Can I?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Look at you. Rad worker wear. Holy shit.
That guy's never done a fucking second of manual labor in his fucking life. And imagine being someone in a different country and calling over half of another country that, by the way, protects the fuck out of you, dude. If it weren't for the United, dude, I don't even want to get fucking started. But this asshole has the nerve to one, you don't live here. You have no idea what's going on here. And you're just going to sit there and call over half of the country fascists and bigots and misogynists. Hey, dude, just a fucking little reality check. That's why the entire Democratic left is on their fucking knees right now and broken. It's because of people like you calling everyone else these stupid fucking names that you don't even know what they mean. You dumb motherfucker, Ben Massey. God.
It's
Ditto.
Laura left Rad. It seems like they.
Oh, like they would get along, yeah. Laura Horvath and Rad, yeah, they are two little peas in a pod. I just have to say this: Ben Massey is a fucking massive piece of work. What
how is this? Well, he'll get his soon. He'll that guy will wake up soon.
Fuck him. I hope he stays asleep, dude. I hope that guy just fucking sleepwalks for the rest of his life.
How are those shoes attractive to anyone? They look like they look like the shoes Tom Cruise would wear to be taller.
I got to be honest with you. I have a couple pair that I really liked how they look, and I'm just.
You like that look?
I don't like any of these.
I don't
colorways.
like those colors.
No, but they have some cool colors.
This heel, you like the heel that rubber thing on there?
Dude, listen, here's the deal for me going forward in my life. Who I do business with and who I pay and who I give my money to, I will put a lot of thought into, and I am not going to fucking give this company another cent of any money I ever make. Fuck Rad.
Rad should stop selling shoes in the USA, and we'll see how long they're around. By the way,
hey, imagine if every person who voted for Trump just stopped fucking giving Rad any money. I wonder how much their fucking sales would take a hit.
Hey, also remember this. That was the whole thing, the beef I had with Noble. To continue working there, you had to get the vaccine. By the way, also the Kamala Harris campaign, all of Kamala's campaign staff had to be fully boosted.
They're retarded. Well, half her fucking campaign money probably came from Pfizer, buddy. And that was probably one of their stipulations. We got to get all your workers vaxxed. They got to be fucking taking the jab.
Yeah, it is a tragedy when people are living in socialist countries that are going through their own turmoil, think they have any business commenting on what's going over here. Robbie Starbuck, always great.
All right, y'all. Now that President Trump has won the election, I can think of no better time to show you guys some of the insanity going on within our government that we can now change. I need y'all to tag RFK Jr. because he's going to be in charge of this section of the government under the new Trump admin. And we need to get on record that this is going to stop. This is the NIH's NIA language guide, and it defines what they call, quote, stigmatizing terms. What are those stigmatizing terms? And by the way, I want y'all to keep in mind, this plays into the grant process. If you use these, quote, stigmatizing terms, you will be penalized and will not receive grants. So what are some of those stigmatizing terms? You can see right there, they say stigmatizing terms. How about this one? unprotected sex. You're not supposed to say that anymore. You have to say condomless sex. And you better not say promiscuity, because if you say somebody's promiscuous, that could, in their language, add an unnecessary value judgment. And you guys ready for the best one? This one's my favorite, and there's crazy stuff throughout this whole document, but man and woman are considered stigmatizing terms. They also don't want you to use the term man and woman because that is not inclusive to the non-binary people, apparently.
The National Institute of Health says you can't use the word man and woman in grants.
But you can't.
How about, what if they told the truth? Imagine if they told the truth and said that if you don't identify as a man or a woman, you have a fucking mental health disorder. Imagine Imagine if the National Institute of Health was actually concerned with people's mental health. Because let me tell you, if you want to cut your cock off and be a lady, you have a mental health disorder. If you want to be a drug addict or you are a drug addict, you have a mental health disorder. If you want to fucking rape little kids, you have a mental health disorder.
If you want to normalize raping little kids, you deserve the death penalty.
100%, dude.
It's different than a mental health disorder from like being a drug addict or something, though.
How?
Because it's not even. I'm not saying it's different in a bad way. I'm saying it's like you couldn't even argue that it's a mental health disorder because your brain literally is not cooperating with what you are. You physically have a fucking dick swinging between your legs.
Right. Oh, it's the most. It's the most obvious form of cognitive dissonance ever. Like your brain is telling you one thing that your body completely is not in reality. Like there's an issue there.
Do Taylor and Bryson have condomless sex?
Yeah, I'm molesting Bryson this weekend. That's actually why I'm here as his coach.
Herbert, I own 2 businesses, working class as fuck, have a daughter and a beautiful wife that I bone every night. Trump, in this household, I just want the government to leave me alone. Yeah, that's the part I don't understand why the left is flipping out. All he's going to do is make it so everyone's left alone. You can still do all your shit. You guys in San Francisco can still pop poppers and Molly and butt fuck each other and do whatever you want. It's fine.
Did you see
those are offensive? You're supposed to say cisgender man, cisgender woman, and that is because they believe that some women can have a penis and some men can have vaginas. I am not joking. This is the leading science and medicine authority in our country. They also want you to be inclusive by not saying breastfeeding and saying chest feeding instead. Oh, and mothers? No, that's also a stigmatizing term. You're just birth parents and pregnant people to them. And you better not call it mother-to-child transmission when a mother gives their child an STD, because that could place some blame on, quote, pregnant people. In their glossary, they also define gender as a social construct, and they say that this binary gender approach is something that has been perpetuated and created by colonialism. I am not joking. They also push very hard for the use of the term cisgender. They also push very hard for the use of pronouns in this document, and they go so far as to say that it is always appropriate to ask people what their preferred pronouns are. Again, I am not joking. It's right there. The NIH also has a DEI prize competition for universities where they can win prizes if they push DEI hard enough.
The National Institute of Health has a DEI contest.
Dude, check this out. We're in Shreveport for this competition for the rest of the weekend. When I'm shooting our behind the scene and vlog, I'm going to ask every person I interview what their pronouns are.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't wait. Fuck, I can't wait to do that. Dude. Hey, dude, you know those guys from Texas that always call in to kill Taylor? Gage with the dumper?
Yeah.
They're here competing.
Oh, that's cool. How are they doing?
Good. I mean, we haven't started yeah, but it's cool. It's cool.
As you can see here, equity is one of their stated top focuses. Equity is a Marxist concept and term which artificially lifts up people who do not try as hard to reach the level of people who are trying harder. It doesn't matter what your race is. If you believe in excellence, equity is the enemy of excellence. Here's the good news, though. In a couple short months, we have the power to stop this and put an end to this lunacy. So share this video, tag Robert Kennedy Jr. We want him to see this and make a statement that this is going to stop. This lunacy does not belong in the NIH or in any of our public health institutions. We need to get back to making America healthy.
I don't think people like Ben Massey, Sporty Beth, I don't think these retards know how deep this shit runs.
Do you know anyone personally who really believes that hiring someone because they're a woman or because they're black is really good and they're helping the world? Like, do you know people personally like that?
I don't.
I know Annette's like that. I know.
You know her personally?
No, but
That's
I mean,
the thing, though, like,
and that's a piece of shit.
We don't know her personally, So she could just, it could just be a front to her because she's getting
Hi.
big for it.
Hi.
Hello, this is Amazon delivery here at the front gate.
Oh, okay. Do you see the swing gate on the side? Could you just leave it there, or just open the swing gate on the side?
Is that Vidushi?
You want the swing gate by the call box?
No, it's over by the mailbox. If you just go a little further past the call box, past that first gate, go to the second gate, you'll see there's a swing gate there. I think there's already a box there.
I thought there was just one gate. Okay, let me see here.
Oh, he doesn't
And
have
I'm looking for. Oh, okay, I see by the mailbox. I got you.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the gate.
He doesn't have an accent.
And I'll come out in a few. I'll come out and get it in a few minutes. But thank you. You can just leave it there.
Oh, it requires a signature. It's okay if I put your signature and just put an X on there?
Sure.
And an X?
Yep, absolutely.
Draw a dick. Draw a dick.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye. All right.
But seriously, I don't think Annette actually thinks that way.
Oh, I do. I think she's fucking so bad.
Dude,
for me.
Yeah, I've heard her interviewed.
Dude,
on-
and that is a
I think
dangerous.
I watched like 3 or 4 of her podcasts. She
No,
hires
dude.
people there. Hey, and I've known people who work there who are in a class that she protects who've told me, "Hey, don't worry, I got your back no matter what."
Oh, I just can't. I
Yeah.
don't know anyone like that.
It's bad,
Well,
dude.
Bryson, that's because you saw your first black person when you were 20. You're so uncultured.
I grew up in the same place as you.
No, you didn't, bro.
Yes, I did.
You grew up in fucking. You grew up down the road from me, bro. We weren't even in the same place.
Fredericksburg, Virginia.
I just think like anyone who has dude, fucking I have someone really close to me who has admitted to white guilt, and it makes me so uncomfortable to hear that because this person is like the nicest person ever. I have never seen them fucking be mean to anyone or do something wrong to anyone, and it
Hey, dude, my dad has guilt. My dad's admitted to me he has guilt. He doesn't have a white guilt. He has guilt that he came from living in a cement block that was 10 foot by 10 foot with his 10 siblings and his mother and father, and that there was no electricity, no running water, and no toilet, and that he came to the United States and he worked his ass off and became successful, and that there's people who aren't that who don't have what he has, and he feels guilty for it. It's fucking crazy, even though he earned every fucking thing he has. Instead of being thankful, he's guilty.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I thought you were going to say he's guilty that he came in your mom, and I was like, damn, that's a really fucked up thing to say.
Hey, that's how they all are. They feel guilty, and at the same time, they think they're better. They feel sorry for people, which is just code for I think I'm better than you.
Right.
My situation's better than yours. And then they act accordingly. And then the people that they feel sorry for live up to that expectation of being pathetic. This is the thing you don't believe. You're not buying this, Taylor.
They go. Where'd those 15 million that showed up in force to support Joe in 2020, where did they go? He got 81 million votes. They made a big point that he got the most votes of any presidential candidate in U.S. history. Where did those 15 million people go? We've been asking that question for a long time. For the last 4 years, we wanted to get to the bottom of where did those 15 million come from?
I know where they went.
Where?
When everyone saw how fucking retarded Biden actually was and how Kamala was propped up without any sort of primary election, they're like, fuck, I can't vote for her, but they still hate Trump too much to vote for him.
So you think they just
Look,
didn't vote?
Yeah, I mean, look at the other line, the Republican line. You really believe that in 2020 Trump got more votes than he did this time? I fucking don't.
No.
So where did I mean, I don't know.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
There's no way he got more votes in 2020 than he got in this election. No fucking way.
But hey, if this graph is true, something is really, really fucking weird. It's like when the flu disappeared during COVID, everyone's like no one gave a shit. Flu went down to 0.
I mean, maybe they were so corrupt that they fucking threw fake votes in for Trump too, so it didn't seem like so much of a blowout.
So it just looked like so many people showed up.
Yeah, I don't know. No idea. I mean, it definitely looks fishy. I'm just saying, like, hey, that's in the past. Let's drop the whole fucking thing. Let's drop January 6th. It's all in the fucking past. I don't want to fucking.
But you do have to let those people out of jail. You do have
Oh,
to
100%.
wipe those people's. What's that called when you wipe their record clean? Give them pardons. You have to give them pardons.
Oh, but he can only give one presidential pardon, right?
No, you can give thousands.
Really? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
millions. Yeah, as many as you want. Yeah. And hey, you know who else he should pardon? He should pardon Derek Chauvin.
Wow, that would cause fucking riots.
That's what I thought. I heard you say
Don't
that
be
on
a
the show
pussy.
next time.
Don't be a pussy, dude.
Hey, it's not about being a fucking pussy, Savon. It's about what's. No, dude.
Yeah, you sound like the Dems. Instead of having morals and values, you want to do what you want to do to get the system working.
Okay, so you're
for
claiming you actually believe that Derek Chauvin is so innocent that he is in prison right now for a crime that does not warrant the sentence that he's serving. That's what you believe.
Here, I'm going to give you some ammo. Yes, I do believe that. I'm going to
You
give
don't
you some
you
ammo.
don't think there was misconduct in what he did?
No, zero.
Zero misconduct.
Dude, did you see the movie The Burning of Minneapolis?
No.
Did you?
Send it to
Yeah.
me.
So let me give you just a quick example. There's thousands of
It's
points.
gotta be quick because I gotta pee.
Let me give you a quick example. That the way he put his knee on his back of his neck and his shoulder like that was in the fucking training manual.
Right.
He was taught that. When
Right.
they presented the training manual to the courts, those pages were fucking the week before were taken out of the fucking manual, and they wouldn't they weren't allowed to say, hey, where the fuck did those pages go? That wasn't admissible to the jury. For example, they also weren't allowed to present that he yelled, "I can't breathe" in his last 3 arrests. They also weren't allowed to say, present that he had that. Well, here anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole fucking thing, but I'm 100% certain that he should, because you have to prove death without reasonable doubt, and there's way beyond reasonable doubt. He had 3 times the lethal dose of fentanyl in him. If you found someone at home with as much fentanyl as he had in him, it's deemed a suicide or an overdose.
I agree.
Okay.
So, but let me tell you this. Here's where I fuck up like you. I know that abortion is killing babies, and it's wrong. And for some fucking reason, there's people in this country who just can't grasp it, and I'm one of them. So, like, I agree. I'm willing to not do what's right to make people happy too. So I'm as guilty as you are. You know what I mean? And it's around something worse than letting Derek Chauvin out. It's around letting people fucking kill babies.
I don't know if what you're saying is true, and send me that documentary, then he should be let out. I agree. He should be pardoned, and I think Trump should present all of that evidence, and I think it should be mandatory. Not mandatory, but I think all of that evidence should be presented to news outlets. And if they don't play it, that's on them. But I think he should present all of that evidence in like a press conference for the whole world to see and say, I've sent all of this evidence to the major news outlets. And if they don't want to show it to you, that's on them.
Trump has officially surpassed his vote from 2020. Oh, awesome. Yeah, take that, Taylor.
All right, I got to piss.
Riots and unrest are being planned right now, regardless of what Trump does for Chauvin. There you go. Yeah, completely wrongly convicted. It's complete insanity what happened to him. All you have to do is watch the movie The Fall of Minneapolis. I read the book too. It's crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that he should be released, but I also understand where Taylor's coming from. Like, just oh my
I understand
God.
too. They're gonna lose their shit, right?
It would be insane.
Yeah. Hey, that whole movement was insane. The whole Black Lives Movement was insane. Everything around it was insane. How about Kyle Rittenhouse? You know, if you ask 50% of Americans, did Kyle Rittenhouse kill black people? They say yes.
That's not surprising. It's like, dude, you won't vote for Trump because he's a felon when he just overstated some property values, but you will worship George Floyd.
No, there isn't a video with his knee on his neck killing the guy. That is not correct. And that's the problem. And that's the problem, Bo.
That's the conflation. Just because his knee was on his neck doesn't mean that that's what killed him.
I'll put my
Yeah.
Neon Taylors next.
And
right
listen, and what's crazy is the autopsy said that. The autopsy said he did not die from a knee on his neck. That's what's even crazier. You got to see the movie. It's absolutely batshit fucking nuts.
Will you text it to me?
The documentary. It's called The Fall of Minneapolis.
The Fall of Minneapolis.
We should watch it on Sunday night.
Movie The Fall of Minneapolis. He was
Just
high,
text it to me. I'm not going to be able to find it.
he was high on
What?
I just told you.
Hey, you fucking piece of shit! You know that one I posted on Instagram?
I'm not gonna be able to find it. He just told you the name.
Dude, the one I posted on Instagram. If you Google search it, it doesn't come up. You fucking asshole! Fuck you, dude. Sometimes I just want to smack Bryce with my cock.
Give him some bad advice when you coach him.
Smack his butthole with my cock.
Taylor has a microphone, so it's like one of those door stoppers.
In the last 48 hours, the misogynist appoints the first ever woman to be chief of staff. The Taliban announced they want peace with America and to be taken off the terrorist list. Putin came out and said that Western civilization is not an enemy. Mexico has started securing the border in, of course, response to tariff threats. Saudi Arabia is kicking out all of their Hamas leaders. New York is cleaning up their illegal migrant.
Oh, do you know why Qatar's doing that?
Why?
Do you know why? Because
Why?
Trump said, "Hey, if you don't return our hostages, they're holding American hostages in Gaza.
Right.
If you don't return them by the time I'm in office, shit's gonna get weird." And they have an aircraft carrier in the region, and he's gonna just immediately start fucking launching missiles into the region like he did last time. And it's gonna be nasty. And he's already been briefed, right? So he already knows where they all are.
Crisis. Xi Jinping came out and said he wants to peacefully coexist with China and said that they respect American people. The European Union chief finally came out and said, "Hey, America, can we start buying LNG from you so they stop buying from Russian gas?" Putin says he takes Donald Trump's plan to end the war with Ukraine very seriously, and Russia supports it. The Houthis are stepping back. The Hamas called for an immediate end to war. He's calling for term limits from Congress so that way people like Nancy Pelosi stop being forever members.
Nice titties.
Stock markets and crypto hit all-time highs. He sent Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton into depression. Because of all this amazing news, white, liberal, ugly women are now refusing to have sex with men. America is, in fact, being made great again. Donald Trump.
That's who, dude. You know who incels are? Those are actual incels.
What?
White fucking liberal pink-haired women. You're an incel.
I thought incels were men.
Yeah, no, they are. They are involuntarily celibate. Trust me. No one wants to fuck you.
I want to play you this. This is is frustrating me a little bit. This is another thing that's different about the left and the right. I feel like the left was trying to win the election, and the right was like, "Hey, this is who we are. You should vote for us if you believe in the things we believe in." Whereas the left is like, "Hey, let's say anything to get in power." I never believed the whole thing was just to get for power for the sake of power. But when I hear this shit, I guess I'm naive.
Path against the far left. Bernie Sanders is saying it should come as no great surprise that a Democratic Party, which has abandoned working class people, would find that the working class has abandoned them. Not so fast, Bernie.
I'm concerned that the far left is pressuring the party to take policy positions that are deeply unpopular among most Americans.
Who cares if they're unpopular? Stick to your guns.
If you're speaking to working class people of color, then you would realize that there was never a mass constituency for a movement like defund the police. And so we should be taking positions that are in line with the majority of Americans.
And they're all screaming at each other.
Next time that some son of a on MSNBC or in the Democratic Party tells you, "Oh no, be a good boy and girl, be civil and vote for Democratic leaders," they know what they're doing. Those are the same goddamn liars that told you that Joe Biden was totally fine. If you're on the left, you're a Democratic voter. Wakey, wakey. I need to wake you up out of the hypnosis that you're in. They're lying to you. Why do you think they keep losing? You think, they keep telling you how smart they are and how they're going to deliver you victories. And all they ever do is deliver loss after loss after loss. So Democratic voters, snap out of it. These guys are obvious liars. Fire them all. Fire them all.
The left.
By the way, that's the king libtard of them all. He's the head of the Young Turks. He's a complete scumbag. He totally pushed for Biden and Kamala.
That's what I mean with the DEI thing. Like, I feel like people who really say that, especially people in like positions of power who are saying that, whether it's companies or political positions, it's just to try to win. They're like strategizing, trying to get people to vote for them. And they just didn't realize that the only people who really believe in DEI are like blue-haired, crazy, like white chicks. And, you know, the people that are benefiting from DEI, or they say they're benefiting, like, are starting to realize, hey, this is just fucking ruining our culture.
But who cares if it's ruining the culture? If it's your values and morals, stick to them.
That's what I don't think it's their I don't think it's the left's values and morals.
They don't know what their values and morals are. That's the problem. That's like like that guy Ben Massey from Rad. He has no idea what his values and morals are. He's into what's cool. He's into what's cool, rad or cool.
United States draft only applies to men, right?
Yes.
Hilarious how women think that all of a sudden, like, they're the only ones who have any sort of infringement on their bodily autonomy. Hey, who do you send to war by force if we get into a fucking war and instill the draft?
Hey, and do you know when I was a kid, when I turned 18, probably you too, you had to go to the post office and register. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Now it's not like that. If you get a social security number, they automatically put you in the pool at the age of 18. It's just
Bryson was fucking doctored in like that. I had to fill out a card.
Yeah, I had to fill out a card too. It's crazy. Do you have pubes, Bryson?
Yeah, on his lip, his upper lip, his pussy lip, he has pubes.
I was actually the first person in my middle school to get pubes, and no one believed me.
You had pubes in middle school?
How do you know you were the first person to have pubes in middle school? Did you look at all your friends' pubes?
No, I told everyone about it.
Did you look at all your friends'
That's not
dicks?
real. You don't get hair on your dick. And I was like, I swear to God, dude.
I swear to God, I have hair on my.
I wanted to see all my friends' pubes when they started talking about them. I couldn't believe them.
I got a
I had to
message.
see them, dude.
I had to see them and taste them. It was
As
crazy.
a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
Yeah.
You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
It's amazing that that's not even talked about by people. We're sitting here talking about abortion, and people are fucking dying.
Of fentanyl overdoses because the fucking borders. Hey, do you think we're really going to go to war with the? By the way, this is the head of ICE. This is going to be the guy who's the head of ICE under Trump. It's going to be fucking savage.
there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Come on.
So good.
My best friend growing up, he lived with me for 2 years. In 2020, overdosed of fentanyl.
Oh,
And
shit.
it was
Died?
like,
He died?
yeah, it was like, I when I was getting sober, I would like, first couple years, I was very thankful because I felt like me and him were such the same person. And for whatever reason, I was like, holy shit, I need help. And for whatever reason, he didn't get to that point. And it could so have easily have been me. And they just said that he died. And this was during COVID, and at his funeral, we had his funeral at this baseball park. We played baseball growing up together. The doctor who
You buried him on second base?
No, we didn't bury him at the baseball field, but we just had his funeral there. And the doctor, he was one of our coaches. went up and against the family's wishes kind of told everyone that he overdosed on fentanyl and he was ashamed and like disgusted how everyone was trying to hide it because it was a huge problem in our communities. And it was just fucking crazy and fucked. And yeah, it's about time that somebody takes a stand against shit like that.
Patrick, no, we will not go to war with the cartels. But Patrick,
yeah, you won't, Patrick. We know you won't.
Patrick, you know Delta Force and the boys have been sent in there before. You know they've been sent in there before.
Patrick,
you've seen the photos.
Patrick voted for Kamala Harris. Do you know that?
I did. He's my Kamala Harris friend.
Oh, okay. Friend. Hey, your time's running out. You're one of those bureaucrats, bro.
No, he's not. This part. This is the part I'm tripping on again. This is the no morals and no values. This is get power any way you can.
I'm going to speak some hard truths to my friends in the Democratic Party. This is not Joe Biden's fault. It's not Kamala Harris's fault. It's not Barack Obama's fault. It is the fault of the Democratic Party in not knowing how to communicate effectively to voters. We are not the party of common sense, which is what the message that voters sent to us. For a number of reasons.
By the way, the reason why they can't communicate effectively is because they're hiding the fact that they chop off genitalia off of kids and and kill babies, but they haven't figured out how to phrase it so it sounds cool yet.
Well, Sevon, how can they communicate common sense when they don't have any?
Right.
For reasons we don't know how to speak to voters. When we address Latino and language has meaning. When we address Latino voters as Latinx, for instance, because that's the politically correct thing to do. It makes them think that we don't even live on the same planet as they do.
You don't live in the same planet that they do.
When we are too afraid to say that, hey, college kids, if you're trashing a campus at Columbia University because you're unhappy about some sort of policy and you're taking over a university and you're trashing it and preventing other students from learning, that is unacceptable. But we're so worried about alienating one or another cohort in our coalition that we don't know what to say when normal people look at that and say, wait a second, I send my kids to college so they can learn, not so that they can burn buildings and trash lawns, right? And so on and so forth. When we put pronouns after names and say she, her, as opposed to saying, you know what, if I call you by the wrong pronoun, call me out, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But stop with the virtue signaling and just speak to people like they're normal. There's nothing I'm going to say to Michael that I'm not going to say to you, that I'm not going to say to somebody else. I speak the same language to everybody. But that's not what Democrats do. We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts.
They won't even speak to Republicans. Democrats won't even speak to Republicans. They're fucking terrified. They're terrified you're going to shine a little bit of light on their fucking illogical bullshit.
It's because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such. That's not how normal people think. It's not common sense. And we need to start being the party of common sense again. Joe Biden is not responsible for that. Neither is Kamala Harris. It is
please. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
I don't think they're responsible for anything.
They aren't responsible for anything, but these fucking people are responsible. You woke fucktards on the screen right now are the ones who are communicating to people like me and my mom and everyone around me who voted for Trump, calling them fascists, bigots, misogynists.
Hey, here's what I mean. It's his fault. You told us you were gonna pick a VP who's a woman, and then you picked a VP who was woman. That's fucking DEI. Then when someone says she's a DEI hire and you take offense, that's fucking head fuckery. Now we're not dealing with the fucking same person. I do.
Blame anything on Biden.
Someone told him to say that. Someone picked Kamala out for him. All that shit.
He was fucking controlled. He was a robot from day one, dude. He was.
Wait, do you know why he was a robot from day one?
Because he has nothing in his brain.
No, because he was compromised. Because he was doing fucking illegal shit.
Yeah, well,
that's the only way you control someone.
Okay, well, I can believe that, and I can blame him for that, but I don't think he made a single decision basically as U.S. president.
I do.
No fucking way. His wife made.
You think Jill made them all?
I think Jill and his fucking regime or whatever, his cabinet, his fucking, just everyone a part of that presidency made decisions, but him. Dude, he was not there at all.
You mean he was just straight gorked? You think he was just gorked?
Tunnels made the decisions.
Are you seeing that apparently Susie Wiles has connection to Big Pharma?
The chief of staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at her. I looked at the organization she used to work for. She used to be
Nanobiosin or something?
She ran this company for 10 years. I was chatting with my mom about it. This was Ballard Partners, and they've worked with Amazon, MLB woke, Google super woke, Yankees woke, Blackstone woke, Bayer fucking straight Nazi, got Nazi connections, just straight up. Boeing woke as fuck, Sunkissed, horrible for you. She worked for a lobbying firm that represented all these scumbags. She didn't work for them. She ran it for 10 years.
Well,
But on the other hand, it means she's connected. So if she can stay the course,
she knows how it works. I don't know. It's either she knows how it works and she's willing to help dismantle it. I'd be hard pressed to believe that she is in that position trying to perpetuate all of this with that group of people. Who knows? But
I'm not worried. I'm not worried yet. I'm not worried. I don't think he's going to get it perfectly right, but I do think he's going to go down in history as the greatest president we ever had. And it's going to be interesting as we see these fucking idiots like Cenk, that Cenk guy, and other people try to fucking stay relevant, move more and more to the right. And they're going to start eating their own. That's what they do, right?
I hope the Democratic fucking party crumbles. They're just horrible for our fucking country. Every policy they have is so destructive to our nation.
All right. Well, thank you for the cathartic. Any closing thoughts, Bryson?
Keep an eye on WOD Gods this weekend. Check out, see how Bryson's doing. The workouts are sick.
Yeah, Bryson, why are you doing competitions? Why are you wasting your time doing competitions? Shouldn't you be inventing a light bulb or something?
No, Bryson's gonna fucking make the games one day, buddy.
How old are you, Bryson?
24.
All right. If you say he's too old, dude, to start that journey.
What the fuck up? He's not too old, dude. He moves better than any fucking asshole at Rogue.
Did you guys watch any Rogue today?
Yeah, we watched Rogue.
We didn't really get to watch any of it live, but we watched the good heats back.
Oh, and what do y'all think about 2022 game sandbag ladder event for tomorrow at WOD Gods? That's what they're doing?
Yeah, they're doing. Listen to the workouts are all past game events. So the first workout is the 2012 chipper that Rich fucking destroyed everyone in. Sick workout. Second workout is second cut.
Yeah.
And then the third workout tomorrow is the game sandbag ladder. It's so fucking cool. The only fucked up part about this trip is we're staying in a meth den. But that's Bryson's fault. He booked the Airbnb and all he did was look at the kitchen.
I just wanted to make sure there was a stove.
Did you see the or the internet's working well?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, did you see the house we're staying in?
Oh yeah, in Arizona. Is that we? Are you staying there too?
No, I got one just nearby.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stay in it. Should I stay in it?
Yeah, dude, fucking stay with us. You'll have way more fun.
I know.
Don't isolate yourself in your own place.
Kids with me.
You'll have the kids with you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't know, dude. Oh,
Dude.
maybe you're right, because the days should be a little bit easier.
And dude, me and Lizzie will help so much with them. I'm serious.
Let me see if I can find the it looks dope, right?
Yeah. What I gotta fucking tell Lizzie to get us.
Hey,
plane
also,
tickets
if you guys
tomorrow.
are watching this, go over to the Sentinel Training YouTube channel and watch our last video, because we posted it, I guess, during Rogue, and it has like no views right now.
Hey, can I text? Okay, I'm gonna text Haley. Oh shit.
You can pull it up, Bryson. You can pull up the video.
Dude, I don't think I have your wife's number.
She's on oh, I can
No,
give
I
it.
got it. I misspelled her name. I'm retarded. I'm texting you in a group chat with Haley and Lizzie, and I'm gonna ask Haley. For some logistics for the Arizona.
God, I have so many fucking text messages.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety. And I'm just doing this because I know Haley will see it and respond.
I don't know how people keep up with text messages.
Well, I don't give my phone number out to everyone. So that's how. But probably too many people already have it.
Damn, I don't see the. I wanted to show the house that we're staying in. It's so sick. God, Arizona's nice. Scottsdale's so nice. What's going on here?
This is Taylor doing one of the hardest workouts you've done in recent memory.
Yeah, it was extremely hard.
And
What is
we're
it?
talking about it. It was every 5 minutes for 4 sets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Thick rope climbs and sandbag cleans with a 200-pound bag.
So 40 total of each is a fuck ton.
How long was it taking you to do it?
3 minutes each. 4
No.
minutes.
3:15, 4:07, 4:03, 4:38.
Wow, the last round he almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I fell off really hard. All right, I just texted, so we'll get that flight information. We'll get our flights.
Hey, are you wearing BPs or Vans?
Me?
Yeah.
Competing? I still have
No,
my...
right now, here at the venue. Oh, barefoot. Yeah, take that, Barry. Fuck you. I see what you're trying to do. I was telling him that you love BPs, Born Primitive.
I do love Born Primitive.
And he was like, no, he did, because you did kill Taylor in Vans once or twice.
Dude, Bernie, I bought those fucking Vans because they were on sale.
No, not Bernie, Barry.
Barry's the biggest dumb fuck ever, and his profile picture's of a pedophile, a guy who fucking peeping Tom people. Hey, you're a pedo, Barry. I love Born Primitives. I bought the Vans because I was walking through the mall and they were on sale and like $70. And I like those shoes. I'd be fucking retarded to pass that up. I needed a new pair of shoes. They were on sale, so I bought them. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Don't put me in a box. I love Born Primitive shoes. I think they're the best fucking shoe company in the game.
Magnus Holmgren. Oh, he's feeling a little left out. Is Barry a bigger dumb fuck than him?
Oh no. Well, I don't know. The thing about Magnus is he likes
boys.
I don't even want to get into it. No, he likes male wieners, but he likes my male wiener, and that's the weird thing about it. He always texts me and asks me to see it.
Oh, that is weird. Yeah, Lucas Parker. Yeah, Lucas had some controversies. You can look him up on the internet.
I couldn't find anything about that.
Oh, you couldn't?
No.
Well,
yeah, the new BP colorways are sick. The Don't Tread on Me shoes are so fucking cool.
All right, I got to be up at 2:30 in the morning. Can you
Seriously?
fucking believe that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Have fun.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Patrick Clark, thanks for hanging out. Renee Ortiz, sorry about your husband getting busted for drugs. Nice to see you.
Yeah, if you left your lair, Patrick, and actually went out into the real world and just stopped fapping in front of your computer, you'd know that their mall still exists, bro. Oh, God. I'm so vulgar.
Fapping sounds like such a degenerate way to jerk off.
I'm sorry. I'm so vulgar, Patrick. Love you, kind of, but I hate that you voted for Kamala otherwise.